Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a beautiful morning. It's really pretty today out my window. Aster and I were listening to birds a little bit earlier. It's not quite time to set up where I can sit up and do daily devotionals right outside the porch, but I really want to do that. But I have to figure out the timing because there's a lot of traffic in the morning right by my house. So you don't need to listen to traffic too. Okay, Celtic Devotional today. I drench my soul in the dews of spring. Dew of light, dew of love, dew of life. Refresh my mind, my heart, my being. May my soul be peacefully preserved from day's dear light till fall of night. At the rise of the sun, I take refuge in the presence of the awakener of spring. As the plants bud and the creatures prepare for the birth of their young, so do I wait for the blossoming of my heart in your stillness. May I walk with you this spring day. Teacher of my soul and soul friends all, to be a beacon of devotion this day. As the sun circles its blessing over the awakening world, may my quest be blessed by answers that I can understand with your help. I am one with the keepers of integrity, all who guard truth and justice. May judges, arbiters, and leaders of all people remain vigilant in their guardianship of the truth. I ask a blessing on all children who through abuse and neglect have forgotten how to play. May the holy innocent ones of all generations shower upon them the dew of recreation, and the renewal of their winter souls be brought to the glorious resurrection of spring life. Be the world so rough, may I never forget the vision of my heart, the dreams of my soul, the creative plans and ideas that quicken my blood and inspire my being. I love that. Isn't that beautiful? I just love this book. Okay, so what did I draw for today? Today is, in tarot, it's the 10 of discs. And the card is Talismans of Potency, Charging Sacred Objects of Power. Talismans of Potency, Charging Sacred Objects of Power. Okay, charging sacred objects of power. Sacred tools and objects can become an extension of your energy field, focusing your power and intention, helping you heal the split between spirit and matter, and learning to bring physical matter more deeply into light and life. You are encouraged with sacred materials and consciousness. You are encouraged to work with sacred materials in a conscious way to help your own healing and enjoyment of the material world as part of your spiritual practice. Your love for the physical world of matter is a gift to the earth too. Excuse me. You are guided to cleanse and charge sacred objects to empower your energy field and accomplish your spiritual mission. These objects could be anything. If you find a gift in nature, it is wise to ask the spirit of earth if the item in question is intended for your healing work, and if you feel it is, then of course receive with gratitude. If not, bless it and move on. This oracle is seeking to draw your awareness to your special ability to work with material objects to awaken the spiritual light within. The material world is filled with light, and your loving attention can help awaken the light within. In the same way that someone is seeing the best in you, knowing that what you are truly capable of, can help you reach your dreams and become the self more fully. So too can holding an awareness just like that in our bodies and the material world holds its own light and benefit of love. Charging items for sacred work is its own thing. It's easy and it's simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. It can be complicated depending on what the sacred use of that item is for. I've done everything from high magic to hedge stuff. And I look at my entire life and my world as the opportunity to connect everything with intention. But there are things that you can charge for purpose. So I keep my little eagle wand. So somebody gave me this many years ago when I first moved to Montana. And she took some of my classes, and she belonged to a beautiful group. She's just a beautiful soul. And it is a sacred item for me. Not only because it was a gift by this beautiful woman, this beautiful soul woman, but also because the intention was to share her creative love and her unconditional love and appreciation, and because this tool, and it is very much a tool. I use it. It is special to me. I keep it right here by my window here in my studio, and right by my daily devotional and my chair. I have always kept it very close. It's very special to me. It has been used in some very powerful rituals. It has been used for simple things. It's a wonderful tool to channel energy, and it's something that I'm having trouble finding words for. It is sacred. I think I've said that twice now. It's sacred and special, but sacred and special in a way that it is its own thing. It has its own purpose. I don't have a lot of wands. I don't have a lot of pointy magical wand things. I don't need those. I don't need a lot of things to practice holding sacred items with intention. And you can do that in a lot of different ways. I'll use a regular item as an example. So I have made myself some leather thimbles for sewing. So they're protective, right? In regular day-to-day, they're protective. But they also mean something to me because I've spent time and energy, and I've put love and I've put care into them. And I don't want them to be misplaced. And they should last me a really long time. You don't need to collect a lot of things to have sacred items. They don't have to be store-bought things. You can make these things. You can make with intention. You can make with the materials you have. These leather thimbles were made from a belt, just a cast-off belt. So you recycle, you reuse, you find purpose in items. You don't have to go out and buy more things. I am very much conscientious about when I purchase something, is it something that's going to have purpose? Where is it going to go? What am I going to make with that thing? How am I going to transmute my energy to make that thing? There's intention. And charging sacred objects of power can help focus your intention for a purpose. I have actually charged my thimbles. I charge them for focus. I charge them for ergonomics, really. Like I charge them to help me and give intention to the item that I'm making to help me hold good posture when I'm embroidering, when I'm sewing, so that I don't have strain or pain in other areas. When you hand sew, having the right kind of thimble on the right finger is important because it affects whether or not you're going to have pain later. My gifted eagle wand there is very much something that is charged with intention for sacred space, sacred awareness. It's got an eagle on it, and it is one of the few items that is handmade that the woman who made that, there is very much, you can feel the intention that it was meant to be one of those energetic items to bridge spiritual and physical, and bridge animal and human. And it's a bridge type of magical spiritual item. I know that you've been places when you walk in the door and it just doesn't feel good. The place needs to be cleaned and energetically cleaned, and you can set intention and space very simply with smudge. You can do it with salt water. Items that you carry with you that have meaning. For many, many years, I wore a very particular necklace that I charged every full moon, every new moon. I was very conscientious to charge it and make sure that that energy that it was charged with helped protect me. It would sit right here on my chest. It was exactly right where it would sit and protect me. Because this area right here, energetically, when I talk about place of bliss, this is very much that place in my physical body that needs a little bit of protection sometimes. And every year I lose my voice a couple times a year. Not always fully, but every year I lose my voice a little bit. And I know that this energetically is a weak spot for me, both in my physical body, but also my spirit connection. So you have your subtle body, and then you have your chakras, and they anchor into your central nervous system. And if you have weakness in your chakras or in your field, you can then have weakness in your physical body. So I used to wear a necklace there. And it was about that big. It was a big disc right there. And there's a reason for that. It was charged with protection. It was charged with keeping me safe, keeping my physical body safe. You can do it with clothes. You can do it with, I have a little talisman I charge and I use in my car to help keep me safe on the road. You can also, I had a talisman that I carried with me when I was in school, to help me learn, help me retain, help me focus. I've had people over the years like, Red, you're so smart. And I'm like, I do not feel smart. I'm always learning. I'm always striving to learn more because I do not feel smart, especially in academic settings. I do okay, but I don't feel like I learn sometimes. So I would carry things with me to help me with that. So there's a lot of different ways you can look at talismans. I think for me with daily devotional in this particular card, it brings up that the things we do every day that help us focus our day-to-day intention and hold our power close to ourselves so that we can hold that intention and hold that purpose for the day. And today is a day that I have a lot going on. So I know that I have a couple sessions, and that means that for me as a practitioner, I really have to hold the intention of making sure that I am focused and I'm ready and I am holding that space. So things that I do is sometimes the clothes that I wear become my talisman. They become my protection garment. I make a lot of my own clothes, and making my own clothes gives me kind of a one-up in some ways, because I can make clothing with intention and using that transmutation of that energy that I am around all the time. I can transmute that energy into the creation of that item that then gives me an additional layer of protection, gives me an extra layer of potency into what it is that I surround myself with. And it's not overt. It's just this other layer of energy into what I make that lends me that oomph that I need when I'm working with other people. I have a full day today, and I'm thinking to myself, I think I know what I'm going to wear, because I know that yesterday was so full, and today I'm feeling a little tired, and I'm going to need a little bit of extra energy help. So I think I know what I'm going to wear that's going to give me that. So I use items in my day-to-day that I have imbibed, or I have filled, or I've made, or I have chosen with intention, because those items then give me that strength throughout my day. They help me hold that focus. So today I'm definitely going to be thinking about what other items do I have in my day-to-day life that I could explain to others as to how they're used and why would they be used that way. I'm going to be teaching some classes. Today's the first day, so if you want to come today. The schedule is on my website, so if you want to check that out, you can. It's under the events page. All the individual classes are listed on the events page, so you can sign up for them individually if you want to, or you can do the whole package. If you sign up for the whole package and you know you're going to miss one or two, or 3 or 4, there's 10 of them, so I am recording the class. So if you do the whole package, which is 25% off the top, you get every single recording. So even if you miss, you get the recording, which is cool. I'm not doing that for drop-in. But I guess on the other hand is if you do a couple drop-ins and you decide, this really is something that I want, and you decide to go buy the package, you'll get all the recordings. We'll have to look at a pricing thing for that, though, because if you come to 4 or 5 of them and then you decide you want the whole thing, I'm going to have to figure out a discount for that. It won't be full 25%, maybe 15? I think I could do that. Anyway, I hope you all have a beautiful day. I'm going to try to remember every time to say this. Please hit like and subscribe. I'm so not used to doing that for daily devotional. And the reason I started doing it, just so you're not kind of blown out of the water, I have somebody who does media and advertising, and she's been helping me, and she's like, you really have to say that. I'm like, okay. So, hey, like and subscribe. The other thing is, people text me all the time. They DM me like, hey, I loved your daily devotional. I loved how this was. I loved how this impacted me. Cool. Can you put that in comments? In the YouTube video? Can you put that in comments? It apparently helps the algorithm. And share this if it's helpful. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow in prayer. Blessed be.